Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for deciding to click on today's video. I am really excited because it is actually going to be an Ulta haul try-on. I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to see a regular Ulta haul like I normally do, or would you rather see a try-on, and a lot of you guys voted for a try-on, so that's what we're going to be doing. I have all drugstore products, which I'm super stoked about. I have a ton of new drugstore products, and I cannot wait to try these out on my face, so why don't we go ahead and get started showing you guys the products. Okay, so I did go a little crazy with the drugstore products. There's been so many new releases from the drugstore that I've just been eyeing, and I finally just was like, okay, let me make a purchase. There's too many things I want to try. So I'm going to show you guys first what I bought, and then we're going to get to me testing them out on the face. So I'm so excited. So up first, I got an eyeshadow palette from Physicians Formula. I have been eyeing this palette since I seen it, and I want to say I seen it for the first time. I didn't even know when, but I remember pregnant. I was looking for this palette. I stopped at my CVS, and I couldn't find it, but I saw that it was available now at Ulta Beauty, and I went ahead and got it. So again, this is from Physicians Formula. This is the Rose All Day eyeshadow palette. I just thought this was really pretty, and the tones of it just looked absolutely gorgeous. Let me go ahead and peel this off so we can see what it looks like more true. So here's a closer look at the palette. I don't know, this just like stood out to me for a drugstore palette. It looks so pretty. Those shimmers, I'm really interested to see the formula of them, because they kind of remind me of like the Huda Beauty, kind of how they look like crushed like in the pan like this. It has the roses, super cute. It is a lot smaller than I thought. For some reason I thought it was a larger palette. It is pretty tiny, but I'm so excited to try that one out. Also, I got tons of new drugstore foundations. I've just been on like a foundation kick of wanting to try new foundations, and there's a ton of new ones from the drugstore, which has me super excited. So at first we have from Miliani. This one is their Screen Queen Natural Finish Foundation. So I went ahead and picked this one up, and I got the shade 140, which is Nude Ivory. The other one I got is from Maybelline. This is their brand new one. This is the Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundations. I've been hearing really good things about this one. So this has hyaluronic acid. It's supposed to be really good and nice and hydrating. So this one I got in the shade Ivory Beige. I am looking at these two, and I am already knowing like the Milani one is going to be way too light. It's hard to tell like when you're online and you're trying to find your shade, like what's going to work and what's not going to work. Also from Wet n Wild, I got their Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I really do like the original one, but I saw they had a dewy one, and I am all about like glowy skin. I love a more like natural finish on the skin, so I was definitely excited to see this one. It's a really affordable option, so I'm hoping that the shade that I got is going to work for me. I went ahead and got Soft Ivory in this one, and then I also got another foundation. I told you guys I wanted a new foundation. I got this one from Physicians Formula. This is their Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir. This one just sounded really nice. I was reading the claims on it, and I like the fact that it has the dropper, and I was just kind of into this one. And the shade that I got for this one is the Light. I will say there wasn't, I don't think, too many shades in this one to choose from, but that is the one that I did pick up from Physicians Formula. So those are all of the foundations. I also got a new concealer. This is kind of what prompted me to like finally make this purchase, as I saw that this was available in Ulta. This is from e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer. I do really like the regular camo concealer from them, so I saw they had a hydrating version, and I was excited about that. So the shade that I got looks a little bit dark for me, but we'll see. It's Light Sand, so I did grab that. And then a few other e.l.f. products that I did grab is these are their new liquid glitter eyeshadows. Look at how pretty this is. I was kind of excited to see them come out with these. And the one that I got, so let's see if it has a shade name. So I went ahead and pulled it out, and this one is called Flirty Birdie. Look at how tiny this is. It's such a little guy right here. I'm actually going to go ahead and swatch this because I want to see what this looks like, but I was really excited to see e.l.f. coming out with like little glitter shadows, because I feel like we need some dupes for these. Look at how pretty. Ooh. That looks really pigmented. I'm excited about that one. So I did get that. They had quite a few different shades in that. From Milani, I got one of their Silky Matte Bronzers. I own this already, but I have shade number 2. It's a little bit too deep for me, so I wanted to get a lighter shade. So I got shade number 1, which is Sunlight. So I am excited to have a lighter shade in that. I also got some new eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. as well. So we got 2 little eyeshadow palettes. These are so cute. These are called their Bite Size Eyeshadows, and they had quite a few different colors in these. So 2 that I ended up getting was this one here. This one is in Acai. This is like the purple palette. And then I also got this one here in Rose Water. And that one has the rosier tones in it. So these are each, they have four different shadows in each one of these, and they were only $3. So I'm curious to see how that formula is. And then the last thing that I got is actually a sponge from e.l.f. And I got this because if you spent so much money on e.l.f., you got like a free gift. So this is the Total Face Sponge. And I'm gonna be testing this one out as well to see how we like that one. Also in here, I do have, this isn't something that I bought, but this is from Makeup Revolution, and I thought I could test it out. They sent this in PR. This is the Pout Bomb Pumping Lip Gloss. So I'm gonna try this one out as well. So that is all of the products. I also got this little sampler here from It Cosmetics. They were doing like the thing, if you spent so much money, then you got the sampler. We have one of their CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Creams. We have a mascara. This is their Lash Blowout Mascara. We have the Confidence in a Cream Eye Cream, and then also the Confidence in a Cream Cleanser. So these are just all like deluxe sizes. Like I said, that was a free gift. If you guys do not know, on Wednesdays, I think it's like every single Wednesday, Ulta does a free gift with purchase, like depending on how much money you're spending. So I purposely, I had everything in my cart ready to go on Tuesday, but I waited till Wednesday so I could just get the free little gift. If you're not in a rush to make your order, like I wasn't, then I feel like you should just wait till Wednesdays, because that's when you always get like a free gift with your purchase. If you're purchasing a decent amount of products where you have a like exact dollar amount, a lot of times I want to say it's like if you spend like 30, sometimes it's 50. It just depends on like what they're offering, but I suggest waiting till Wednesday. It's just like a little hack there for you. But let's go ahead and start with the try on portion. I haven't exactly decided which products I want to test out yet. I'm thinking for the foundation, I am most curious about the Physicians Formula one, because I feel like this one had the most things that I would like. So it says ultra nourishing, ultra fluid, weightless organic foundation, improves the appearance of skin tone and texture, delivers a silky second skin airbrush dewy finish. So this one just sounds really nice to me. So I think this is the foundation I'm gonna try. So for the foundation, I'm actually going to use a primer that I typically use. This one is from Smashbox. It's their Primerizer. I was going to use one from Makeup Revolution that they sent over just so I could do like a full face, but I didn't want to try out a new primer just in case like I had a little bit of a reaction to it or it like changed the foundation. I wanted to try it with like a primer that I always use, and I love this one from Smashbox. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram too, because I'll be using all the rest of these products like in Instagram tutorials. So for the foundation, I'm gonna mix this up. It kind of looks like it has some balls on it a little bit, so let's mix it up a little bit. And I think I'm gonna just drop it out on my hand first. So it does have a dropper here. So let's go ahead and drop, I don't know, that was probably like 4 drops, I'd say. And I'll grab the e.l.f. sponge. It feels pretty soft. It is quite large, like the actual size of the sponge. I haven't tried their sponges before. So it's definitely a very, very liquidy formula. I feel like when I put it on my hands, like it's definitely sliding. Like it's a pretty liquid formula. But applying it on the skin, it looks like it has a pretty good, I'd say that's like a light buildable coverage. I feel like for me, I'm gonna have to use quite a bit of this, I think, to get the coverage I like. But it definitely has like a radiance to it. Like it's definitely looking dewy on my skin. I'm gonna go ahead, I've already went through all the foundations, so it's definitely one of those ones I'm gonna need like a full pump of, but I'm gonna grab some more, go ahead and keep applying it. The color match actually looks pretty good. I feel like it matches pretty good. It definitely has such a radiance to it. I like how dewy it looks, but it doesn't look like heavy or anything on the skin. This is supposed to be like a natural wear one that I feel like you could wear almost more just like in every day, or if you just want to throw this on really quick and go. It has a little bit of a scent to it, but it's nothing too crazy. I know that this one is supposed to have properties in it that will help your skin as well, which I appreciate. So as far as the sponge goes, it feels pretty soft. I'm not gonna lie, it feels pretty good. I think this is a $5 sponge. I've been all into the affordable sponges lately. Like I barely reach for my expensive ones anymore. Like I feel like I'm even liking the more affordable ones better than my beauty blender lately, so that's been exciting for me. I do have quite a lot of texture in this area right here. I used a face mask the other day that did not agree with me, and I woke up with all these bumps, so that happened. But all in all, I think my skin looks pretty good, and like I said, the coverage actually looks pretty decent. It kind of looks more of like a medium, I would say, now that it's all blended all over my face. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Actually, I'm pretty excited about this foundation. It looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the concealer. Again, this is the Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I have a feeling that this one is gonna be too dark for me just based upon like what I'm looking at in the tube. And considering this is a little bit light, this foundation, we'll just have to make sure we bronze. Yeah, this is a little bit dark. I normally like a lighter, definitely a lighter concealer for my under eyes because I like more of a brightening effect. This one is definitely like, I would say like a good 3 shades too dark for me, but we can still kind of test it out and see with the formula. I just feel like it's gonna look kind of funny because it's a little bit dark. I feel like we might make it work. I don't know. It's definitely darker than the foundation. It has a slight smell to it, but I can tell already that this formula is much more hydrating than the regular Camo concealer, because with that one, my dogs wanted to interrupt me, but I was just saying that with that one, I feel like you have to work very quickly because it dries down really fast, and I don't think that that one happened, or that happened with this one. I actually really like the look of it. My under eyes look nice and hydrated. I would say that it didn't cover my darkness as much as the other one, so I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more and see if we can't layer it. I feel like the regular Camo concealer has such high coverage to it. It reminds me a lot of like the Shape Tape. As far as like a little bit goes a long way. I'm seeing a little bit of my dark circles still peeking through, so let's see how it looks if I put on another layer. The shade actually, I think once it's blended out, it doesn't look so bad. I actually think it matches pretty well. Okay, so with a second layer, I feel like that gave us a little bit more coverage, and it doesn't look like heavy or anything. And like I said, it looks pretty hydrating. So far, we are doing good from the drugstore. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that. I'm just gonna use this powder that I've been loving from Physicians Formula. This is the Healthy Powder. And I'm gonna go ahead and just set that down. I'm gonna go ahead and just set my lids as well. And I'm also just gonna set a little bit right here just so when we bronze, my skin isn't too tacky. I do feel like this foundation feels a little bit tacky, but nothing too bad. Like I feel like it definitely dried nicely. But I actually think we're looking pretty good. Like this canvas is looking pretty good. The foundation actually looks really good in my pore area. Like I don't feel like it's emphasizing my pores or anything. So we are going to now move on to the eyes. And I think I'm going to test out the Physicians Formula palette. I might throw one of the e.l.f. palettes like in my crease or something. I'm not sure yet, but I know I want to test out this one because I think it looks so pretty. So I am first gonna go into the shade right here. So the shades are on the back, and this one is called Pinky's Out. This one right here. And I'm gonna pick that up just on my Crease Creator brush. This is my collaboration with Doll 10. It is still available. I will have the brushes linked down in the description box. So I am going to just go ahead and begin to work this shade in my crease. Physicians Formula is one of those brands that I really haven't tried too many of their eyeshadow palettes. I really haven't even tried like their mattes, so I'm not sure what to expect here. Lately, I've been doing my brows after I do my eyeshadow. I don't know why. I've just been doing it lately. I'm not sure, but ooh, I actually feel like the shade is really pigmented and it's blending really nicely. Okay, so now we're gonna deepen that up a little bit, and I'm gonna go into the shade Nice Stems, this one right here. And these definitely seem a little bit powdery when you pick them up, but nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna actually just build this up a little bit here, still working in my crease. And wow, these are blending so nicely. Why haven't I heard anyone talk about this palette? I feel like it's been out for a minute because I know you could get it like at CVS. I just couldn't find it at my CVS. Wow, I am really pleasantly surprised with how well these mattes are blending. Like I haven't even had to work. I'm telling you guys, drugstore is like where it's at lately. I'm gonna go ahead and deepen that up a little bit with the shade right here, which is Sure Why Not. And this is kind of like my favorite shade. It's like a mauvier rosy shade. So I'm going to take this just right into my eye socket right here and begin to blend that. Brush that I'm using is my Transition Transformer. And I'm kind of just gonna stamp this on and then blend it out. But again, it's blending really, really nicely. All right, so I want to try the deeper shade as well, just to like see how that blends. So Berry Chic, I think is like the deepest shade, one of the deepest shades in here, this purple. And I'm gonna try that just on the same brush. And I'm gonna apply that just to this outer corner right here, just to deepen that up a little bit and just kind of see how this shade blends. Sometimes the darker shades are a little bit harder to blend out. These are all really pigmented as well. Like a little bit is going a long way. So I'm just gonna kind of place this and then begin to blend it out. That's really weird. So when I actually put that shade over it, it kind of blended it away. So let's apply a little more again. All right, so moving on to the shimmer, I'm going to try out this one right here, which is called Yes Way Rosé. These names are all super cute. And I'm gonna see how this looks. I think I'm gonna apply it just with my finger. It does seem a little bit chalky just as far as the swatch goes. So we'll see. Yeah, that's definitely a little lackluster. So let me dig in it a little more. Sometimes with like the shadows, like if you dig a little bit more in the pan, I feel like they look a little bit better. That's definitely coming out a little bit more, but that's definitely a very subtle shimmer. Like it's not intense at all. Man, I was hoping it was gonna be like a standout palette. So I definitely think the mattes are really good, but for me that shimmer is just a little bit subtle, but if you're into a more subtle shimmer, then it might be something you are liking. I think maybe if I too spritz my brush a little, then it would be pretty. It almost does have like little flakes in it though. Like you can kind of see over here. So I'm gonna go into the e.l.f. palette. This is the Rose one, and we're gonna try out that. So this is Rose Water. I'm gonna try out the shimmer in here and see if it's a little bit more foiled. So I'm just gonna go into this shade right here and pick that up. Ooh, wow, okay. That definitely feels way more buttery than the Physicians Formula one. So let's try to put that on top and see if that gives us, yeah, it's definitely making it more shimmery. I'm excited to try out these e.l.f. palettes now. I don't know why I thought that these were gonna be more chalky than the Physicians Formula one, but that's kind of what I expected it to feel like or to look like. It definitely has more oomph in the e.l.f. palette as far as the shimmer goes. So like I said, I'm just gonna apply this to the inner part, and then we will try out the glitter here. I think I'm gonna do just like a quick little glitter on the crease. So for that, I'm gonna take this small little brush here from Moda. I'm gonna put some of this glitter out just on my hand, just like a little glob of it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and work fast so it doesn't dry down. But I'm gonna use that to apply it. We're just gonna kind of do like a little half cut crease thing with the glitter here. I'm actually gonna go straight from the applicator because I feel like it's drying down pretty quickly on my hand. So I'm just gonna outline here where I applied the shimmer. I think because this is so pigmented, it's not really meant for this kind of like a look. Like I think it would be better all over the lid for sure. All right, so I'm just gonna do for the lower lash line the same thing that I did on the upper lash. So we're just gonna go in with all of the same matte shades. All right, so here is the eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some liner, some lashes, and then my brows, and then we'll be back to try out the rest of the products. So we are back. I got my lashes on as well as my brows, and the lashes that I use are actually affordable as well. They're from Karity. I will have them linked down in the description box. So let's go ahead and test out this bronzer from Miliani. Again, this is the Silky Matte Bronzer, and the shade I have is number 1. And I actually already own this bronzer, but like I said, the shade that I have is a little bit too light for me, and I think that this one is gonna be a much better match. I do really like the formula, but I find myself not really reaching it for it because the shade that I have is a little bit too orange for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze. So I'm gonna use this product to do a little bit of nose contour as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead, and lately I've been connecting it to my brows. I feel like that's been making a big difference in the way that my contour has turned out on my nose. So I feel like that looks pretty good. I am gonna use a little bit of translucent powder here just to stamp that out because I prefer the way that that looks, just because I feel like I'm a little messy when it comes to my bronzer. And I'm just gonna, like I said, chisel that out. And then for highlights, I'm gonna use actually one of my favorites. It's not new to me, but it is Drugstore. It's from Wet n Wild. This is the I'm So Lit Loose Highlight. So we're just gonna really quickly apply this, and then we will just test out the lips. All right, so now we're gonna try out the last product, which is the Makeup Revolution. This is called their Pout Bomb Plumping Lip Gloss. I am gonna try it out with a lip liner. I've been really liking these ones from Kokie. Again, nice and affordable. The shade that I'm going in with is 517 Nude. They're very, very creamy, and I like the way they apply. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and try out the gloss here. Oh, wow, okay. This is a big applicator for a tiny little gloss, so I'm just gonna apply this just to the middle here. It definitely is a very minty gloss, and it feels pretty thick, actually. Ew, do you guys see how thick that is? I don't love glosses like this. Hopefully it dries down a little bit. All right, so it definitely dried down a little bit. It still seems a little bit sticky. I hate it when my glosses like stick together like that. That's my least favorite thing ever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dust away this bake, and I think that will be it for this try on. Here is our final look using all of our Ulta Drugstore products. I really like the way that this look came out. I'm loving all of the pinky tones. I feel like it's nice and girly. You guys will have to let me know what you think of this look down below. But to run through the products really quickly, I'm loving the way that my skin is looking. I feel like it looks nice and like dewy. It looks hydrated. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels like I have nothing on my skin, which I appreciate because I have a lot of makeup on. I definitely think I'm gonna like this foundation here from Physicians Formula. I will see how this wears throughout the day, but so far I really like the way it looks on my skin. I do really like the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer as well. I think it looks really nice in the under eyes. It didn't cake up on me at all, and it does feel really lightweight. And I feel like after I put that second layer, it gave a little bit of a more full coverage look, so I definitely think it gives a luminosity, but it's still pretty good coverage. And then as far as the eyeshadow palette goes, I did like the Physicians Formula eyeshadow palette. I think the mattes performed nicely aside from that little bit of scraping we had there at the end, like the little bit of patchiness. The formula of the shimmers I'm not in love with, but they did look nice. So if you're into more of a subtle look on your eyeshadows when it comes to your shimmers, I am going to try it wet though, so I will keep you guys updated on that. The e.l.f. shimmer though, however, that one looked really a lot more foiled, so I'm going to try out the mattes in here and see how we like those. And then also I think that the e.l.f. glitter, it seems pretty nice. Like my swatch seems to be holding up nicely, and it looks pretty on the eyes. I don't know that I love it the way I applied it, but I think all over the eyes this is going to be really nice. As far as the lip goes, it is drying down a little bit more, so it's not like so goopy. I don't love like the mintiness to it. I don't always love mint in my lip products, but it does look pretty. I like the way it looks with this lip liner. And then lastly, the sponge. I really liked the sponge for applying the foundation. I thought it was nice and soft. Bronzer, I already know I like the formula, but I did like the shade on me. I think it looks nice and natural. So that is going to do it for this Ulta Drugstore try-on haul. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me test out all of these new drugstore products. Like I said, make sure you're following me on Instagram if you want to see any of the other products that I hauled used in tutorials, because I will definitely be using them all over on my Instagram. It's just Makeup Molly if you are not following me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have all of the items that I used linked down in the description box in case you want to shop any of them. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye friends.